Okay, so I took all the wrap off the paper, basically off the garlic. Okay, so for you guys that don't know how to cut up garlic, we're gonna show you. I just take off the ends. I do this in all my videos. I know a lot of people leave that on. I don't know why, but it does actually cook down in a sauce that you make. So it's not necessary to take it off, but if you want to, you absolutely can. All right, so we're just going to kind of just chop this up for right now. Just like that. Okay, this isn't really hard. I mean, none of this stuff is hard here. Okay, so you know, this is a fun thing to do with. This is a fun thing to do with kids, right? You know, get the kids out, have them come and help you. It's Friday night. Well, it's not really Friday night for me, but could be a Friday night, right? Wherever your imagination takes you. I know sometimes people complain about my videos being too long, or you know, talk too much, whatever. But I have to explain it to you guys, right? Because I think people get the idea of what this channel is about. This channel is about showing people that don't know that much about, you know, making different foods. That's what I'm here for. I'm just showing you guys every step of the way, and the channel is not going to change off that. That's exactly how I designed this channel, and that's exactly how it's going to continue. So the people that come to my channel, which is a lot of you, we appreciate that. We appreciate you supporting the channel. All right, so that's it. We're just going to put our garlic aside. So that's kind of a fine mince, something like that. Okay. All right, so on to the next thing. We're gonna cut up an onion here, and we're not gonna use too much of this, but we are just gonna cut this in half, and then we're just gonna peel the outer layers off of this, get to the inside really quick. Okay, let's get this stuff off the cutting board. Okay, so we're only going to need just a little bit of this onion. We're not using a lot of this onion, okay? But we do want this minced again, just like the garlic. So we're going to do one, we're going to do two, and we're going to do three, and we're just going to slice down all the way across. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna get this out of our way, and we're just gonna go down the onion just like this to a small dice. Now we're only gonna use, because we're only doing one can, you don't need a whole bunch of onion. We're gonna do the same thing that we did to the garlic. We're just gonna mince it up. Okay, just like that. Okay, and then you're gonna get something like that. All right, on to making the sauce. Hang in there. I mean, got some things to do, but hang in there. We're gonna start the sauce right now. All right, we're gonna put in about 2 to 3 tablespoons of olive oil. That would be great if you did that right now. And we're going to, I think I got ahead of myself here a little bit, because this pot was a little preheated, so it'll kind of take off a little quick. You don't have to preheat your pan by any means. All right, so our onions in, and then we're just going to let that go for a minute or so. And we're going to get out the old trusty, my old trusty wooden spoon. All right. So, like I said, I appreciate every single person being here. The channel's doing great. Couldn't ask for anything more. I think that we're hitting to about 20,000 subscribers now. I think that's fantastic. So again, we appreciate it. We thank everybody that stops in. If it's just for one video, or you wind up subscribing and, you know, follow me each week when I make something, I think that's awesome. All right, so on with this. Now remember, because your onions are minced, it's not going to take too long to cook those. Okay, so that to me is about good. And now we're gonna put our 3 cloves of garlic in. Of course, that's gonna cool the pan a little bit. Now we're not gonna keep this here for too long because we don't want to burn the garlic. Don't burn your garlic. It's gonna give you a funky taste. Well, unless you like that. If you like that, go ahead. How about it? All right. So we're just gonna do this for a minute. And while we're doing that, we are also going to add in our oregano and our basil. And we're going to get that going in the oil. Now we may add a little bit more olive oil to this. It's possible. So the whole thing here now is, and if you guys have been here before with me, you'll know that I always say when you smell the garlic, that's it's time to move on, right? It'd be time to put something wet in there. Well, yeah, definitely time to put something liquidy in there, I guess is what I should be saying. And if you're using fresh, you know, basil and oregano, just double what this recipe says. So if you're using fresh basil and it's, say, 2 tablespoons, if you use dried oregano or basil or whatever, it's always half of what fresh is. Okay, so just keep that in mind as well. And we're gonna. Okay, so now I start to smell the garlic. So now it's. We're going to add our wet ingredient to that, just like that. Going to give this a quick stir, like this. All right, just like that. Now, what I am going to do is I am going to add just a little bit more olive oil. So I'm thinking right now we probably got a solid 3 to 4, probably more like 4. Okay, and we're going to turn around. We're going to put a pinch of salt in it. And of course we're going to put a pinch of pepper in it. Now you can also, at this stage, if you want to put some red pepper flake, some crushed red pepper in this, that would be awesome too. So if you want that little bit of spice, have at that. Go ahead and do that right now and give that a chance to get into the sauce and release its flavor. Okay, there you go. There's your marinara sauce. All right, so we're back. This sauce had a chance to cook a little bit. Basically what we're doing is we're just making sure that it's heated all the way through, and it just gives it enough time to you know, marry all those flavors together. Okay, so now all I'm going to do is we're just going to test it for you know, salt, pepper, acidity, spices, garlic, you know, all that stuff, all the stuff that we put into it. Boy, I never get tired of that. Ever get tired of that. You can literally put this in a cup and drink it. All right, So for those of you guys who you know, who wanted to know how to make a marinara sauce, here's a great recipe. I urge you guys to give this a try. And this is how I make my marinara sauce. All right, there you go.